Welcome back. For everybody who watched my first video, y'all already know what time it is. I got the incense, I got the sage, just letting it marinate for a little bit. This is my Q&A that I promised y'all last week, so here are my top 5 questions. I'm out for a medical injury, but the situation is very personal, so I don't want to get into too many details. I'm a very private person. That's the reason. The second question that kept coming up was whether I'm okay or not. A lot of y'all were genuinely concerned. The answer is I'm getting there. It is a tough situation to be in, you know, just being off the court in general. I'm getting there for sure. So yeah, those are the 2 main questions that everybody wanted to know. These next 3 are random, so let's get right into it. So the first question I'm gonna be answering is from Kalia Love. She is an aspiring artist slash track athlete. She asked me, what's the best city that I lived in? I love where I'm from, so I wanna say Jersey, but I'm just gonna put Jersey aside and I'm gonna go based off of the other places that I've been, and based off of those experiences, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Chicago. One, because I actually got a decent amount of time to live out there. I haven't lived in too many different places. I made lifelong friends there. The city is really a vibe. But if we're talking about places that I visited, I don't know. The next question that I want to address is from someone that I actually don't know. Shout out to you. They asked me what was my favorite basketball experience. There are really so many, but I'm just gonna say getting my 1,000 points, because I remember that like it was yesterday. For anybody who's come close to scoring 1,000 points, you know how close you are to reaching that mark. So your coaches will let you know like, yeah, you need this much or whatever. So I knew how many points I needed. I think it was like 6 or 8 or something like that. Or it might have been 10. I don't know, but it was a low number. I really remember it so well because it was such a crazy shot that went in. It was like a spin fadeaway on the left-hand side off the backboard. It was like, I couldn't even tell you how that went in. After I scored, I remember like squatting down, and my best friend Cindy, she came over, tapped me on my back, and she picked me up. It just felt like a weight was taken off my shoulders. I walked over to my bench, but I really walked past my bench and past everybody and went straight to my sister. And I remember she was just telling me, I'm so proud of you, you did it. And the craziest part about this whole story is that I walked past my mom too, but you know, I hugged her right after. That's something that I will really never forget. The last question that I want to address is from RJ. Actually, he asked a good question. If you don't know who RJ is, y'all need to tap in with the boys team. They're going crazy right now. Shout out to them. I forget the exact wording, but he asked basically, what's the biggest lesson I learned while being out? And I think he asked this because he was injured last year. He had some type of crazy injury, but he bounced back from that. So he kind of knows how it feels to, you know, be out and watch from the sidelines. So shout out to you. But yeah, my biggest takeaway would have to be discipline. It's hard to stay motivated when you're just sitting on the sidelines and watching the season just pass right before your eyes. But just sticking to my principles, you know, trying to find ways to be productive every day off the court is probably the most challenging things that I'm going through right now. I'm definitely an optimistic person, so, you know, I just take things as they come. You know, expect nothing more, nothing less. But yeah, just staying true to who I am, staying true to myself and being disciplined, those are things that I'll never take for granted. But yeah, that was a good question. I'm gonna end it right here. Make sure you tap into the users that I tagged. I'm gradually getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully I find my way back into the gym shooting soon, and when I do, y'all will be right there with me. Make sure y'all continue to tap in, and remember from the first video, my favorite quote from Dr. King is, we cannot walk alone. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm gonna see y'all next week.